Hey everyone, this is Landon at Chaos Audio. Recently, a friend of mine texted me a video by Emily Hopkins, a very well-known and experienced harpist on YouTube, titled, "These Brands Wanted Me to Lie, I Said No and Exposed Them." Now, I'm a huge fan of Emily Hopkins. The videos are hilarious, so when he texted me this, initially I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be good. I can't wait to watch this. But then he also shared that Stratus is included in this video and mentioned that there may be certain things that weren't quite totally understood about the way that Stratus operates. So I figured it would be a really good idea to watch her video for the first time and then react to any of the things that are maybe inconsistent with the whole truth. So right out of the gate, this title is very misleading. These brands wanted me to lie, I said no and exposed them. About 2.5 years ago, we emailed Emily and her team asking about a potential collaboration. Really, we just wanted to gauge her interest in Stratus prior to it becoming publicly available and shipping to end consumers, and she respectfully declined. So we didn't end up working together. That was our last communication. It was totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But knowing that Stratus is included in this video titled "These Brands Wanted Me to Lie" is very misleading, but I get it. You gotta get views and clicks.
I get emails every day from brands asking me to feature their products,
Scam,
and I'm
shill.
constantly saying no to the stuff that I don't think will be very good. Most of the time, it's for music products like these, but sometimes it's stuff like Raid Shadow Legends and theater seating. So Russ bought a bunch of products that I said no to, and I'm gonna spend the week reviewing them and putting them all on a tier list. But I have no idea what these products are, so we're gonna find out together. You better
Russ
not have
had fun
gotten
with
that
that.
theater seating. Please don't.
No, I can't afford that.
Okay. Oh. No, sir, you paid money for this?
There it is.
I can tell you right now, this is a hot piece of trash. Super smart stuff.
It's not a hot piece of trash. You haven't even tried it yet, but I am curious to see what you think.
Box plus digital pedal store.
Digital pedals?
What the fuck does that mean? Okay, I remember when they reached out. It was an instant no. This is the epitome of the millennial burger place, where they sell you an overpriced thing for fucking $25, no french fries included. They have a phone.
There are lots of french fries included with Stratus. You actually get 18 sides of french fries in the form of very high quality algorithms. So it's not exactly the same, and I also hate that restaurant model, but they're not really comparable.
Number, should I just call them now?
The phone number. A while back, we thought that it was a good idea to have a phone line set up, but it just became actually a worse experience for the end consumer. I personally am not always available to answer phone calls, so oftentimes it would go to voicemail anyway, and then if somebody is asking very technical questions about Stratus or is asking about how the app works, it ends up being a much better experience for everyone to just reach out via email. In the new packaging for Stratus, Emily bought a used Stratus. We're sold out totally due to demand, actually. We have been for months. So on this used Stratus packaging, it has a phone number. On any new Stratus pedals, it does not include a phone number. We direct everything through email. It's just more efficient that way.
If you don't know what this is and you're not familiar with it, it's a pedal that only works through an app. And you have to use your phone.
The app is a very essential component of Stratus when you're actually setting up your effects chains. Once you've actually configured your presets and you've loaded them onto Stratus, you don't need the app anymore. So you can disconnect totally. You can turn your phone off. When you go and perform live and you have Stratus on your pedal board, you can quickly and easily switch between 14 different presets without even needing a MIDI controller, thanks to the color-coded LEDs at the top. And I'm not sure if they updated their Stratus, because again, it's a used pedal. We ensure they're updated anytime we ship them out. So they might not have had the chance to explore preset mode and realize that the app wasn't required 100% in order to switch between all the different sounds during live performance.
Via Bluetooth, and you have to pick the effects out, and they're all digital and they're all on your phone. It says you'll need the app to make it work, right? Not like this.
Same
right?
point as earlier.
You can use an app with Ruby, but it's to unlock additional features. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't have a phone, you can still use this.
Right.
You're fine. You don't have a phone with this, you're fucked.
If Universal Audio...
I actually have a Astra modulation machine by Universal Audio. They're fantastic. Love these pedals. But the interesting thing about these pedals is whether it's the Ruby, the Astra, or any of their other line of this form factor of pedal, it's all the exact same hardware. So what they're doing is they're essentially taking software, the same concept as what we're loading onto Stratus, right, but more modularly. They're selling a new $400 piece of hardware that just has different software loaded onto it. So if you wanted to get access to all of their different algorithms, you couldn't just say, okay, I have this piece of hardware, let me load some different software onto it. You now have to go spend another $400 just to get that other algorithm. That's the problem that we're we're solving with Stratus. It doesn't make sense. If you already have a piece of hardware that's capable of running all of these different algorithms, you might as well just be able to switch it out and constantly get updates as new algorithms are released by other companies.
Audio goes out of business, you can still use their pedals without the app. If Chaos Audio goes out of business, well, let's plug it in.
If we were to go out of business or cease operations, I have a personal relationship with the vast majority of our customers. So far, we've sold or reserved over 1,300 Stratus pedals. We actually schedule calls. We want to learn about customers as musicians. We want to learn about them personally. How are they going to use Stratus? Why did they purchase Stratus? And what can we do to improve the product for them? Never in a million years will we ever hurt our customers. If it really came down to it and we ceased operations, it would be easy for us to just open source the platform and then let the community take over from there. It's definitely not bricked if we cease operations.
All right, I downloaded the app.
A lot of different effect categories, cool. Tremolo is free, but is smooth reverb?
$10.
Okay, it's not enough that you already bought the pedal. You gotta buy more.
So I'm gonna back up here. You'll notice on the little screen grab here, it says by Chow DSP. One of the very unique aspects of Stratus is that other individuals and companies can actually create their own algorithms and plugins and offer them on the platform. Chow DSP does do some open source software, but in this case, it took him time and effort to produce this algorithm. He worked really hard on this algorithm. Chow DSP is in full control of his brand, as are the other third-party companies. They can actually pick and choose how much they want to sell their plugins for. And if you do just some quick back of the napkin math, if you wanted a new pedal, like you're probably going to spend at minimum $100, $150 on that. The Smooth Reverb by Chow DSP is 10%, if not 5%, of what you would spend on a new pedal. It just makes sense, right? It's not the same as buying a skin in some video game. You're getting a totally new algorithm that's the same kind of algorithm that would run on a different piece of hardware, but now you don't have to buy a new piece of hardware. You can run it on your existing hardware.
It's not enough that you already bought the pedal. You gotta buy more. That's insane. A muff drive is $10 too. This one's $15 almost. What do you get for free?
Anytime a customer purchases a brand new Stratus, they are automatically granted 18 free effects. And so that example that she just pulled up is a poor example because this one's free. Aries is not $15. When you purchase Stratus, you are automatically granted the extra plugins. And I say plugins because these run on Mac and Windows too. They are real plugins. Aries is free if you buy a Stratus. So this is a poor example. And I don't believe they had access to the majority of the free software that comes with Stratus because they bought it used.
$10 almost. What do you get for free then? There's Shimmer Reverb that's free.
Okay.
I'll hit connect. Let's do that. Shimmer
That's
Reverb.
a good one.
Ready?
Yep.
It's fine. Now I'm just focusing
Wait, that
on
sounds
just delay.
so good.
What's the best way to describe what this sounds like?
Timu digital delay.
Yeah.
Oh, a digital delay by definition is going to take the exact same input signal and then duplicate it, right? Comparing it to Timu digital delay is not entirely fair, but that sounded gorgeous. It's so cool, actually. I've never seen Stratus used on a harp, so this is such a cool experience, and it sounds beautiful. That's cool. Thank you for demoing that.
Let's pay for an algorithm and see how good it can get. Doesn't sound horrible.
No, it doesn't sound bad. Is the sound worth the price of Stratus plus $15?
Yeah, I'd say so.
You do?
Yeah.
I think I've spent enough time with this.
That sounded great. Yeah, and that's kind of the whole point, right? So that is a great value. That's a really solid reverb that we worked really hard on. So I'm happy to see that they liked the way that it sounded and agreed with the value. And that was also a really cool demo. Thanks for sharing that.
As cranky as I am about this pedal, that sounds good. Why not include the good ones with the purchase of it? I don't understand that. Maybe I'm just not cool because people...
I want to give you access to the rest of them. I really think that once you get all 18 free ones, there are a lot of other gems in there that you would have a lot of fun with. So we'll get that sorted out because I want to make sure that you have access to the rest of them.
buy stuff all the time, like Fortnite skins.
I just don't think that stuff applies to guitar pedals.
It shouldn't.
These sounds are in a regular pedal.
Mm-hmm.
What would you give it?
I'd probably put it in like B tier. But considering you can't really stack effects without it lagging and not functioning well. Sounds being hidden behind $15 paywalls every time, or 10, whatever. You have to have a phone to use it.
I think you can do it with a MIDI controller.
I don't care. D tier.
Stratus is built upon a real-time version of Linux. There's no way that the latency can possibly increase when you start chaining effects together. If you had a problem with it, I'm very curious. Like, of course, I would love to learn about the issues so that we can push out a software update to Stratus, since it's constantly updated with new functions. But the latency doesn't increase when you chain effects together, and you can chain anywhere from 3 to 20. Somebody actually hilariously chained 20 Metal Zone style effects together, preset, and shared it in our Discord, and that was a pretty fun sound, but I don't recommend doing that. Please don't. As for the mobile app being required, again, we kind of covered that that's not 100% the case. The $15 paywall on every effect, again, I really want to get you access to the rest of those, because every customer that purchases a Stratus does get access to those 18, and those are not locked behind $15 paywalls. The other point I want to mention is you actually don't have to buy all of the Chaos Audio effects individually. You actually have the option to go ahead and get all the rest of the plugins. Each of them are $15, but you can get all the rest of the 23 plugins for $99. So that's significantly cheaper than paying $15 per. The total price is $348 at that point. And then you get, I think it's 37 different algorithms that are all really high quality algorithms for $348. You never have to spend another dime. You own them for life, and you can run them on your computer, whether you have a Mac or a Windows computer, directly in your DAW. So it's an incredible value, and saying that all of the effects are $15 is not true. You get 18 free, and then you can get the rest of them if you want to for $99 as a one-time purchase.
Doesn't save it. Tone Store, TM. Get out of here with that.
An attorney told us to do that. It's a little ridiculous, but I had to do that.
It was not sponsored, but it's made possible by the support of my YouTube members and my patrons. If you want to join, you can join today. There's a link in the description. We got cool perks, you know? I don't know. How do you get people to join?
Go join. Go subscribe.
I like the blanket choice.
It's a tortilla.
Give me some info about this. This better not be more cake.
Okay, it looks like she's on to the new products. So let me see if she says anything else about Stratus. This is the recap. Let's watch the recap.
In the yard.
What did you learn this week?
Well, I already knew that I don't like putting stuff together. And you knew that too, which I'm mad about. We thought that the Harpy and the Stratus were gonna sound terrible. They didn't. That doesn't mean that we like it and or endorse it, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool to try new things, and it's good to have an educated opinion. What'd you learn?
When physical labor is involved, you make me do most of it.
That's not something you learned. You knew that already.
Very cool. I am happy to hear that you had a pleasant experience with the sounds. That was very interesting. And thank you for still choosing to check out Stratus and share it with your followers. It's still huge. All right, so final recap. I have huge respect for Emily. That video was hilarious. My perspective on Emily has not changed. Major fan. So I'm grateful that Stratus had the opportunity to be on the channel and shared with everyone and her audience. I think the elephant in the room is that Stratus won't necessarily be for everyone. We set out to create a piece of hardware that can be constantly updated, constantly morphed into not only new plugins and algorithms from Chaos Audio, but new plugins and algorithms from other companies, whether it's a major company or a small one-person team doing it on the side. This is a really great way to be able to explore new sounds without having to go buy a bunch of individual pedals that are going to cost you anywhere from $100 to $250 each. And there are other multi-effects pedals out there. Our specific goal was to make it compact and tied to an open ecosystem where anyone can develop their own effects and put them on the store and maybe make a little bit of money on the side, right? Because it takes time and energy to make these algorithms. Stratus is not for everyone. If you want to go collect analog pedals because it's fun and you want to have them up on your shelf and you aspire to be Josh Scott with the massive collection of pedals all over your wall, that's great. We don't want that to go anywhere. I never, ever am trying to change this market in that way and detract from the joy and fun of collecting all of this gear. We just wanted to appeal to the specific kind of customer. They need something really compact. Stratus is great at essentially minimizing the amount of extra hardware you have to purchase to get all of these different sounds. Thank you to everyone who watched. So definitely go give Emily a subscribe. Go check out more of her videos. I'm still subscribed. I'm gonna check them out. And if you are interested in Stratus, you can reserve one for $49. We're totally sold out right now, but we'll have more in May. It's a total of $248, but you only have to put $49 right now to secure one before the next batch runs out, because right now we're on track to sell out of those as well. But thanks. I'll catch you in the next one.